Welcome aboard. My name is Sharia, and you're listening to a brand new episode of the Aviation Files, the best podcast for all aviation enthusiasts. Today we will discuss the $2.6 billion upgrade on San Francisco Airport, Virgin Australia and Air New Zealand restarting their partnership, an Air India flight attendant being attacked in her hotel room, and North Korea finally opening up to tourism. So, without further ado, let's begin. Now, before we start, I would like to thank our sponsors for today's episode, Lithium Containment Solutions. Lithium Containment Solutions is a pioneering company in lithium-ion battery fire containment, as well as safe charging and storage. With innovative technology, they are the best choice to equip airliners with the safest measures for lithium battery fire containment. Their product, Lithium FireGuard, is the only product currently on the market with the prestigious UL 5800 certification. They offer devices that apply universally, as well as custom-made devices. They're making substantial changes not just to aviation, but maritime safety, government buildings, and even office buildings. To learn more, visit their website lithcon.us and check out episode 30 of the Aviation Files, where I interviewed Nick Dunbar, their VP of Sales. Once again, a big thanks to Lithium Containment Solutions. Now, let's get back to the news. San Francisco International Airport, SFO, has embarked on a major $2.6 billion modernization project for Terminal 3 West, designed to enhance the airport's capacity and passenger experience. This ambitious project aims to renovate and expand the terminal's western half, covering 650,000 square feet, and with an additional 200,000 square feet of new space to accommodate more amenities. The project includes key upgrades such as a seismic retrofit, an expanded security checkpoint, and new passenger facilities. These upgrades are expected to improve the overall efficiency of the terminal, making it more comfortable and convenient for travelers. The renovation is scheduled to be completed in phases, with the western portion opening in fall 2027, a new 6-story operational building in early 2028, and a renovated check-in lobby on the eastern side by early 2029. During this period, a temporary walkway will be built to help passengers move between terminals and boarding areas, ensuring minimal disruptions to the airport operations. One of the significant goals of the Terminal 3 West project is to incorporate modern technology, such as self-bag drop stations and enhanced security checkpoints. A new security checkpoint will even be available on the mezzanine level, catering to AirTrain passengers for easier access. International passengers will benefit from a new stairwell connector linking the terminal to the customs hall in the international terminal, streamlining the transition for those arriving from overseas. United Airlines, the largest carrier at SFO, has expressed strong support for the project. Lori Augustine, United's Vice President of Airport Operations at SFO, stated that the partnership with the airport is key to their growth plans. She emphasized that the state-of-the-art improvements will attract more passengers and enhance the airport's reputation as a desirable gateway. Sustainability is a cornerstone of the Terminal 3 West modernization. The project aims to achieve LEED Platinum certification, incorporating energy-efficient technologies such as daylight harvesting, photovoltaic cells, waste heat recovery, and displacement ventilation. Recycled water and eco-friendly materials will also be used in construction. The terminal will also feature energy-smart baggage handling systems, ensuring that both operational efficiency and environmental sustainability are at the forefront of the redesign. The modernization effort will bring significant economic benefits to the local community. At its peak, the project will employ 500 to 600 workers and is expected to award more than $173 million in contracts to local business enterprises, contributing to the region's economic recovery and growth. Overall, the SFO Terminal 3 West project is set to transform the airport, modernizing its infrastructure while supporting sustainable practices, boosting economic activity, and providing a vastly improved experience for passengers. Next, let's discuss Air New Zealand and Virgin Australia finally getting back together. Virgin Australia and Air New Zealand have decided to reignite their partnership after a bitter and public split in 2018. The two airlines, once close partners, announced that they are getting back together with a new agreement that promises mutual benefits, particularly for Virgin Australia customers. The renewed relationship comes after months of speculation, with both airlines signaling a potential reconciliation last November. At that time, they submitted applications for a unilateral trans-Tasman code-share agreement to the respective competition regulators. Rather than focusing on the past issues that led to the split, both airlines are eager to look forward. Today, Virgin Australia officially confirmed that the deal is set and will be operational before the end of the year. The Australian Competition and Consumer Commission, ACCC, gave its approval for the codeshare agreement in June, but with certain conditions. The most notable condition is that Air New Zealand must set fares for flights that Virgin Australia will market and resell. This agreement benefits Virgin Australia customers the most as it is a unilateral deal. Virgin Australia's Chief Strategy and Transformation Officer, Alistair Hartley, expressed his enthusiasm about the renewed partnership, highlighting the advantages it will bring to their customers. He emphasized that this long-awaited agreement would provide Virgin Australia passengers with access to a more extensive network between Australia and New Zealand. Hartley also pointed out the significant customer benefits such as greater value, increased choice, and enhanced loyalty rewards for travelers flying across the Tasman Sea. Air New Zealand flights to Auckland, Wellington, and Christchurch will now be bookable directly by Virgin Australia customers, complementing VA's existing services to Queenstown. This adds convenience for Australian travelers, who will also be able to earn and redeem points through Virgin Australia's popular Velocity Frequent Flyer program, with lounge access available for eligible members. The partnership provides increased options for Australians looking to explore New Zealand, whether for short trips or longer vacations. Air New Zealand's Chief Transformations and Alliance Officer, Mike Williams, echoed similar sentiments. He stated that the revived collaboration would make it even safer and easier for Australians to visit New Zealand, with the added bonus of enjoying a bit of Kiwi hospitality before even arriving. The partnership is expected to drive more Australians into Air New Zealand's aircraft, such as the Airbus A321neos and Boeing 777s, bolstering the airline's market share on key trans-Tasman routes. The rekindling of this partnership also creates an interesting dynamic between Air New Zealand and Qantas. The Australian national carrier has been aggressively competing to capture more of the lucrative trans-Tasman market. With Virgin Australia now code-sharing on Air New Zealand's flights, the competition for passengers across the Tasman is set to intensify, with both airlines vying for a market share. Under the agreement, Virgin Australia can sell an unlimited number of seats on Air New Zealand services, subject to availability. However, the codeshare does not apply to routes where Virgin Australia operates its aircraft, such as those between Queenstown and major Australian cities like Melbourne, Sydney, and Brisbane. On those routes, Virgin Australia will continue to compete directly with Air New Zealand. Overall, this renewed partnership is a strategic move by both airlines, offering customers greater convenience and travel options, while positioning themselves strongly in the trans-Tasman market. The rekindling of this relationship promises to be a win-win for Virgin Australia, Air New Zealand, and travelers alike. Now, let's talk about a disturbing turn of events in London. A flight attendant working for Air India was attacked in her hotel room. Let's take a look at the situation. An Air India flight attendant was reportedly the victim of an assault in a hotel room in London, an incident that has left the airline, and I quote, deeply anguished, end quote. The exact timing of the attack remains unclear, but Air India confirmed that the occurrence on social media and requested privacy for the crew member involved, asking the public to refrain from speculation on social media. The identity and motive of the attacker are not confirmed, though media outlets like NDTV report that a Nigerian national has been arrested in connection with the event. The airline stated that it is working closely with local law enforcement to investigate the matter and will pursue the case fully. While the motive is still unknown, the flight attendant's injuries are reported to be non-life-threatening. Air India has not provided specifics on whether the assault was physical or sexual in nature, describing the situation as an incident of intrusion. Following the attack, Air India took swift action, relocating its employees from the affected hotel located near Heathrow Airport to another accommodation to ensure their safety and comfort. The airline emphasized that it regularly reviews the hotels where its crew member stays, using feedback to make adjustments and prioritize security. In its public statement, Air India expressed solidarity with the affected crew member, providing professional counseling and support to both the individual and the broader team. Senior Air India officials, including top management, have reportedly been in direct contact with the victim, and some have even traveled to London to oversee the situation. The airline reassured staff and the public that it is taking the matter seriously and has reached out to the hotel management to ensure that security protocols are strengthened until the crew members are safely relocated. The airline has reiterated its commitment to the safety, security, and well-being of its employees, especially those traveling on duty. It asked the public to respect the privacy of those involved and avoid making assumptions or spreading unverified information. This incident comes to the heels of another controversy involving Air India, where the airline admitted to forgetting to book hotel accommodations for its crew members in Hyderabad. leading to a 4-hour delay before finding an alternative. Despite the previous incident, Air India reiterated that its primary focus is always the safety and well-being of its staff. An investigation into the London assault is ongoing, but further details have not yet been made public. Finally, some of you may know that North Korea recently announced that it would open its borders for tourism. In light of this, let's take a look at some interesting facts about their flag carrier, Air Koryo. After nearly 5 years of being closed to foreign visitors due to COVID-19, North Korea is set to reopen the northern city of Samjeon to foreign tourists in December. This reopening marks a significant shift for the reclusive country. At least 2 China-based tour operators have been authorized to resume taking tourists to North Korea, following China's approval of flights to Pyongyang in 2023. However, travelers should note that U.S. citizens are still generally prohibited from visiting North Korea due to restrictions imposed by the U.S. State Department. Air Koryo, North Korea's national airline, will play a key role in this reopening. It operates a limited number of international routes to China and Russia, with regular flights to Beijing, Shenyang, and Vladivostok. These flights all originate from Pyongyang. In addition to international destinations, Air Koryo offers domestic flights to several locations, including Mount Paektu, which is Samjeon, Mount Chilbo, and Sinuiju. In the past, the airline also offered flights to destinations such as Bangkok, Macau, Kuwait, and various charter flights to Singapore and Kuala Lumpur. The airline's fleet is relatively small, with just 4 active aircraft. These include 2 Antonov AN-148/158s and 2 Tupolev Tu-204s. The AN-148 is a Ukrainian regional jet that can carry 68 to 85 passengers, while the AN-158 is a slightly larger version with a capacity of up to 100 passengers. Both of these aircraft average about 10.7 years in age. The Tupolev Tu-204, a medium-range narrow-body airliner, was introduced in 1989 and was designed to compete with the Boeing 757. Air Koryo's Tu-204s are aging, with an average age of 23.3 years. These aircraft were intended to replace the Soviet-era Tupolev Tu-154 trijets. One significant development for Air Koryo in recent years is its ban from flying in the European Union due to concerns over safety standards. The only aircraft from Air Koryo's fleet that meets EU safety standards is the Tupolev Tu-204, while other planes are prohibited. The EU Air Safety List, which was updated in 2021, includes many airlines from countries like Iran, Sudan, Libya, and Nepal. In 2022, Russian airlines were added due to political tensions, expanding the list further. Despite having passed the IATA operational safety audit in 2019, Air Koryo's flights remain banned in the EU. Another notable aspect of Air Koryo is its role in North Korea's political sphere. The airline operates 2 Illusion IL-62M jets as VIP transports for the North Korean government, one of which is Kim Jong-un's personal jet, painted in an all-white livery. These jets are recognizable for their distinctive design, featuring 4 jet engines mounted on the tail. While no Illusion IL-62 aircraft remains in passenger service worldwide, North Korea still uses these jets for government purposes. The country acquired its first IL-62 during the Cold War in 1979, and some of the jets received a VIP configuration for government officials. It's believed that North Korea still has 4 IL-62M jets, although some may no longer be operational. In addition to these fleet updates, Air Koryo underwent a significant branding change in 2024. The airline began altering its iconic crane logo after North Korean leader Kim Jong-un announced that at the end of 2023 that the country would no longer pursue reunification with South Korea. Historically, both North and South Korea claimed to be legitimate governments of the entire Korean peninsula, and the names North and South were seen as colloquial rather than official. The original Air Koryo logo featured wings shaped like the Korean peninsula, symbolizing a unified state. The new logo, introduced in 2024, features stylized crane wings composed of horizontal lines that no longer resemble the entire peninsula, but rather just North Korea's region. This reflects North Korea's shift in its official stance on reunification. That's all for today. Thank you so much for listening, and make sure to support the Aviation Files however you can. And don't forget to check out my Insta @TheAviationFiles for more fun and exciting aviation news. Until next time.